Welcome to the dive bar, another edition of Last Call. A little different than normal. Me and Reason got a little, we procrastinated a little bit this week, but we're here. Saturday morning, Dolphins play the Panthers tomorrow. They're coming off a win. Got a lot to talk about. Got some injury stuff. Got some, injuries. I mean, unfortunately, Tyreek situation. How does it change things? How much different does the team look? So we do have a little bit to get into as far as that goes. Yeah, let's get into it.
I'm putting the helmet on as always.
The opportunity is right now. Terrific defensive play. Intercepted. Off the back. On the move. Going deep. Speedways. He's got Hill. He's got Hill. The Dolphins have recaptured the lead.
Back in the win column, baby.
Back. First time. It never was there.
Joe had a crazy stat when we went live this week. It was like the last time we won was like December. It was crazy. It was like almost 300 days.
Well, until I think since the turnovers yesterday, we hadn't had a turnover since the Cleveland Browns game.
That was the win. That was our last win.
Yeah, that was the last time we also had a defensive turnover.
That's an incredible. I love it when a plan comes together. Not.
There you go. Yeah.
Anyways, been a minute. A lot has changed. A lot of different, players. Waller's in, Tyreek's out. Just kind of want to give you a chance to kind of catch up. We'll see where you stand on some things, where your overall kind of like vibe is with the team right now. Yeah.
Let me clear my throat for this one. Tyreek Hill. It's crazy because if that's the last snap we ever saw of him in Miami, like I think we all were frustrated with his off the field antics, but no one wanted to see it end like that. If that is the case, let's be real here though. There's going to be a window for him to jump through if he wants to come back, because he has no guaranteed money left on his contract, and they're going to say, hey, we're not going to guarantee you much at all. Come prove it. You're still even the same guy, which, I asked on my post-game show, did we see the death of the 4-2 Tyreek? Even if he comes back, is he ever going to be the same again? And now the problem is, if you take that explosiveness away from him, you have an undersized receiver. And, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I would move on from the situation no matter what. And I think that's tough to say, but that's the reality, because you probably saw 4 of the most dynamic years. It's kind of crazy. Like, even when we had Ricky, before we ran him off up to Canada, how many years did we get out of him? Whenever we have these dynamic, explosive players we've traded for, what do we get? We don't even get 10 years.
Yeah, they're kind of like explosive. They kind of like real fast and aggressive and going.
Yeah, and I mean, this guy barely missed games when he's in Kansas City. He comes here and he's been banged up, especially last year, and then now he has this devastating injury. And I don't care what they try to tell me, man. Like, I know Drew Rosenhaus is out here trying to do the PR spin on everything. There is no way this guy's going to be ready for next season. I mean, this is like Tank Dell level here. And Tank Dell's missing his second season. I don't think this guy can. I wouldn't expect Tyreek Hill to even think about football till 2027.
Oh, I think
that's me.
I don't like to get herky jerky on the timeline when you see the doctors all trying to come out and say, like, if you watch it this angle, this is my thoughts. Cause and I'm not a doctor, obviously, so I could sound like an idiot saying this. I just hate that, it's been like 3 days, but they're saying how like his left foot is, as he was trying to walk after his surgery, the toes were kind of down, and that means there's nerve damage.
And so they told us there wasn't any, right? Didn't Rosenhaus say there was no nerve damage?
Yeah. I really don't know. I just seen that report from the doctor, and I'm like,
and they said the video. I saw it.
Yeah, the toe goes down for sure.
Yeah.
They also did add that like this is something that could happen and there could be recovery. It's kind of normal. And
Where's
this,
Ghost at right now? Where's Ghost at?
yeah, we need paging
he's
Ghost,
asking.
paging Doctor Ghost.
He's asking people at work, yo. So checking, showing them the video.
Ghost probably sneaking in his files, checking all the paperwork. Just kidding. Ghost would never do that. For the record, Ghost would never do that. He takes his job very seriously.
This is for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah. We are not financial advisors. Yeah. So it's interesting. And like you said, the guy that has built his whole name, brand, every single thing about him off his explosiveness just went through a devastating injury. At also going to be 32 by the time he gets back on the field. Also to go back, I think that the chances of him coming back now are definitely open because his price just went down.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, and he ain't got no guaranteed money, but at the same time, dynamic wise, I feel like a new situation's probably on the horizon if he wants to come back in the league.
I would move on either way.
It is nobody's fault here, but it's hard to be that guy and then kind of like navigate that dynamic. It's like, oh, you come back, but we're not going to pay you the same. Also, Waddle's your boss now. It's
well,
like
that's okay. I'm gonna tell you this. I've said this. If you don't go quarterback this year, well, even if you do go quarterback, but if you don't go quarterback this year, I want Francis Moigoa from Miami, or I want Spencer Fano from Utah. Get Austin Jackson out of here, okay? Now, if you do go quarterback, whatever the case is, like we could talk about, well, hey, Tua's probably going to be back in 2026 for his contract. So if you want to get a guy like Lenore Sellers and develop him under Tua for a year and then let Tua go when your out is in 2027, let it rip. But 2027, it's never been about the march for Arch. Don't listen to these people who never watched a lick of film on this kid, okay? It takes Sam Houston for Arch Manning to look. The guy basically has to go against a like propped up junior varsity team, like to even look like anything near what he's been touted as on social media by people who actually not watched his game. But anyways, I digress. It's always been about Jeremiah Smith. You got to figure out what you got in Waddle, baby, because I got the next coming of Julio Jones on steroids coming out of Ohio State, brother. And that's what I'd be moving heaven and earth for. That guy's, it's very rare you get team and culture and game changers like that at the wide receiver position. And listen, you got to figure out what you got in Waddle, because if we don't got a true wide receiver 1 and Waddle's better suited as a wide receiver 2, there's a guy like that coming out in 2022.
I think Waddle's going to step up to the role. I mean, as a rookie, we've seen him as a wide receiver 1, even as a rookie. And I think, honestly, Waddle's been selfless in all this. I think a lot of people overlook the fact that Waddle had to take a back seat to Tyreek for years. So in a lot of ways, I'm excited to see Waddle be that guy, get the chance to be that guy. Like you said, though, we got to see it. We don't know. It's been a couple years. But, dude, could you think of a better compliment to Waddle than Jeremiah Smith, though? Now, that's a complete receiving room.
Well, and your whole thing now becomes, okay, well, we don't have to go any further with Waddle's contract. You're not sitting there thinking, well, okay, what are we going to do? Because if you don't have another receiver in there that can push him, or a dominant guy like that come around for Waddle to re-up, and you are at the mercy.
Kind of similar to what we had in Tyreek and Waddle.
Yeah.
I mean, you got brought Tyreek in, but you always knew, like, when the run came, like when the money came to an end, like it was going to this year, he was probably on his way out after the season, no matter what. You always had Waddle in place. So that way, and he was going to be on his big contract. And that's kind of where we were headed. So it would be a similar situation where, yeah, you have the predecessor, so you don't have to stress and put yourself in bad situations.
Well, I know, like, last year was a down year for him and Tyreek, and this year, I mean, we're going to see the targets go up.
Yeah.
First things foremost, anytime he's had over 100 targets in this season, he's had over 1,000 yards. I think he's going to probably get like 140 targets now this year. And you go back to 2022 and 2023, right? And those are 2 years where he had over 100 targets each year. In those 2 years, in Tyreek's shadow, while Tyreek put up, 3,509 yards, Jalen Waddle had the 10th most receiving yards between 2022 and 2023, right? Only like Mike Evans, Amari Cooper, Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, and CeeDee Lamb had more yards than him, along with Tyreek. Yes, he had more yards than Jamar Chase in that time. You know, like, people forget there was a time where there was no debate. We had the best number 2 in football, and it was a 1A, 1B situation because we were all like, yo, Jalen Waddle, he's ready to be a 1 anywhere.
Yep.
And if he's got to tap into that, he's got to refine that magic, and he's got to do it with Tua. I will say this, though. I really did like McDaniel's play calling after Tyreek went down. I think Waller stepping up, and I think you got to continue. Listen, you got to rev up the usage, and I know this sounds crazy because I think he's already, number one, he's like top 5 in receptions already. You got to continue to you got to continue to rev up the usage of HN because they didn't rev him up against the Jets like they had the previous 3 games, right? You know, but dude, can we talk about how this guy is the best player on our team right now for a sec? Bro, that guy's effort and the power he's showing. I know I've already talked about this, but I talk about it every week, it feels like. The effort and the power he's showing in the red zone. Like, man, dude, again, that touchdown run. You know, he's one-on-one after Ingle takes his man, breaks the tackle. Then he basically has to run through 3 Jets defenders inside the 3-yard line to score. And this was everyone thought would be nothing more than a scat back. People need to watch what this guy's doing. He's kind of killing the narrative because his body's holding up.
Yeah.
All right,
yep.
Knock on wood. And he's showing power. He's showing the power people said he didn't have coming out of Texas A&M. So shout out to Devon Achane, you know, man. Like, you can clearly see the off-season programs are working. He's taking care of his body. He's getting the most out of his body. And, dude, I'm telling you, I know people didn't like it when I said it on X. It had people that pushed back. I'll say it again, brother. He is this day's version of Reggie Bush on steroids. He's a better version of Reggie Bush. Does he have the shiftiness like Reggie had? He's probably not quite there, but he's more explosive than Reggie was.
Yeah.
Reggie might have been more shifty, but Achane's more explosive, dude. I'm telling you, man. And he almost broke that 21-yard run. If not for that shoelace tackle, Sauce wouldn't have stood a chance. And can we talk about how Waddle was once again owning Sauce and Sauce
was just getting owned. He gave up the Waller touchdown, the very first touchdown.
He is not a top 10 corner in the NFL, bro.
He's holding. And then he was crying after the game. That blew my mind. It sucks to see all these teams that are winning not get called all these calls that I'm getting now because we're struggling. It's like, stop. They let you slide for 3 years. Stop.
Yeah.
And I agree. Me and you talked about that before. We thought Achane probably already the best player on this team. With the Tyreek situation, unfortunately, I think Achane is clearly the best player on this team now.
Yeah, you got to lean on him, bro.
And I think you need Ollie, and speaking of someone we ain't talked about in a while, Jalen Wright to get going. Somebody's got to get going more because we're going to need Achane to be more of a weapon, not just a running back moving forward.
He was basically a healthy scratch if you think about it. Because I mean, how many snaps?
I'm with you. That's why I'm saying. I've seen him come out there. I'm honest.
Man, his snap count was small. I think it was like 3 snaps or something like that. It was small.
Achane special though, and he's making the most out of everything. It's like Ollie comes in and there's not much there, but Achane's always making it.
And he's gonna show. And I'm telling you, if you utilize him properly, he's gonna show you why you need to pay him. There's gonna be he can step in and fill some of this Tyreek void.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, somebody else got to step up and running back. We need Achane to do a lot more.
Well, I think Taj can fill in for some of that void. I think moving Malik out can fill some of that void and putting Taj in the slot, Achane in the slot. So I think through a committee of those 3, you can fill some of that. And then, you know, I'm not expecting much out of Cedric Wilson. Okay, I know they brought him back, but let's relax on that.
Yeah,
you know, the guy's already hurt. They brought him back knowing he's hurt. The Greer special, bro.
That was head scratching.
You know, like I'd rather call up Theo Weiss, brother.
It's like the River Craycraft thing, man. They just familiar face is what that is. That's all that is.
Yeah, but at least River Craycraft's healthy right now, and he could come in and he could block and he could run his assignments, and you know, I want to see what Theo Weiss has. Okay, but that's a different conversation for a different day. But yeah, I think Achane. You know, I'm worried. You know, I'm worried they're not going to pay him when the Piper comes, but he can fill out in that slot or on the boundary, you know, and then all of a sudden, dude, OG3-1 can be back there and he can get more carries. And so
Trying to get in a rhythm.
Run out some time for some 21 and 22 personnel, bro. You know, some 2-back personnel out there consistently. Maybe Ingold out there make it some 30 personnel, you know, like, which I think they did actually, if I remember correctly last week.
I like
Ingold, OG31 and HN out there.
I think Julian Hill's coming on a little bit.
Yeah, he's playing all right, huh? He's making some plays.
I mean, he's like,
he had that play called back a couple weeks ago. That was a big first down.
That was a nice one. He's starting to at least grab the ball, and he actually looks like he deserves to have the ball in his hand when he gets it.
Yeah, but come on, Darren Waller, bro. Did you notice the one thing? Did you notice Darren Waller chipping or getting hands on guys and then leaking out? Like,
yeah,
we're getting closer to finding the guy that can do both, bro. Slowly but surely. Jonnu couldn't do both. Gesicki couldn't do both. Julian Hill can't do both. Darren can do a little. He's willing and capable as a blocker. He's not great, but he's willing and capable. And then, I'm sorry, I love Jonnu. You know this. You love Jonnu. We all know this. But he couldn't make that catch in the back of the end zone that Darren Waller made, brother.
Dude, I've said that over and over. It's like, I didn't know explosiveness or speed-wise what Darren Waller was going to be.
That's Antonio Gates, brother, right there.
You don't take away 6'6". That's never going away.
That's Antonio Gates, dog. Like
that. That body control. Oh man, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, obviously, no one could.
Do you think it's only 1 year?
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I just want to see his body hold up for the rest of the year. Well, I think that if he plays more, he'll be a Dolphin. Because I don't. It
but if Mike McDaniel and everyone goes and Frank Smith leaves, he's probably gonna follow Frank Smith.
Yeah, you could. That's why I was about to say it depends on how things unfold here. But if things stay relatively the same, he's a Dolphin if his body holds up, and that's the big thing. It's like I was like, everybody owes this guy an apology, but we do got to see the full scope. But people are calling him OBJ, bro. That's crazy. He's already outproduced him in the first half.
Bro, are you shocked? They called Chop a bust in the first 6 games, and then the back half was phenomenal. Chop finished top 5 in Defensive Rookie of the Year voting. And then this year, after 4 games, people who just watched the broadcast, they're calling Kenneth Grant
and Jonah.
Jonah's having a rough go.
He is struggling bad. It's deserving.
But let me hit you with something about Kenneth Grant, okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So he has 4 run stops, right? He has 4 stops, okay? Mm-hmm. Mason Graham has 4 stops. He was taken 5th overall. Okay, Kenneth Grant has 4 pressures. He had 2 last game. He has 4 pressures. Mason Graham has 7. He has 3 more pressures, and one of them, it just happens to be a sack. Is he really getting that badly out? Like, if you watch the film, like, I don't know if you saw this week, he had 1 rep where he just drove Josh Myers, the center, right back into the lap, and Justin Fields just got rid of the ball. But then did you see, and I think this clip was actually going around Twitter.
The one where he destroyed the tight end?
The tight end, the backside tight. He won quickly off the line, then destroyed the backside tight end. And then you saw it. If he didn't get sealed in the last second, he's making that run stop too.
Yeah.
So you're seeing flashes of what we saw on film. But these people are microwave. If you're not putting on a gold jacket to Canton in week 1 or week 2, you're a bust, bro. And they see Tyler Warren. And I said this, brother. If you want to have an issue with Tyler Warren, first of all, where were all of you when I was saying the year before, trade up for Brock Bowers? It's only like 8 spots. Do it. This guy will change us right now. Oh, no, you don't do that for a tight end. And he's like probably the best tight. He's going to be the best tight end in football when it's all said and done in the next 5 years. You know, he's arguably the best tight end in football last year.
He's a freak.
You know, but why is everyone letting the Bears off the hook when they took Colston Loveland? They actually took a tight end at like number 10, and that guy can't see the field right now. Now, I do think he's dynamic, and I do think when things get going for him, he'll be really good. But let's talk. We all knew Greer wasn't going to draft a tight end. All right? So, everyone just like, oh, we didn't take this guy, or we didn't take this guy. Listen, the only thing I can think we screwed up is if Jonah doesn't, and I think it's self-inflicted because we just all think ourselves. We make overcomplicate everything for rookies, right? When James Daniels got film at left guard, let's move let's move Jonah to left guard where he's never played before, just because we have a need there instead of making it comfortable for him. When I know the whole right side's going to be injured by halfway through the season, and here we are. And look at what we've done to this, and now the pressure on Kenneth Grant is ridiculous, man. Like, and Christian Wilkins, Bobby, was he great in year one?
No, he wasn't great in year two either.
So, like, but I don't understand, and I get it. The Dolphins put us in a position where we needed all of these to be hits right out of the gate.
Yes, that's the issue.
But that's an organizational issue. That's not a player issue.
No, I'm saying that's why the fan base is being impatient, because we see the front seven struggling. We can't stop the run.
Yeah, but brother, if Zach Steeler's playing the worst football of his life minus 2 snaps last week, really? Okay. Minus those 2 snaps last week, what do we expect Kenneth Grant to be doing right now if Zach Steeler's being put on his ass 90% of his reps? Bradley Chubb is one of the worst edges in football and run support right now. And his 3 sacks are just mitigating that. People are noticing that right now. Like, everyone sucks in the front seven. Dotson's playing the worst football. Yeah, he probably had his best game of the season last week, but he's been playing you're seeing why they wanted Dre Greenlaw. Let's put it you're seeing why Dotson was the backup plan and the fallback plan. And, the second chick on speed dial, if they got left, if they got stood up at the dance, which they did by Dre Greenlaw. So they had to, run out and
it's
go
crazy
grab him.
that Jordan Brooks and Tyrell Dotson are leading the league in tackles, but I think that's also because the D-line ain't doing shit.
So bad. But Brooks hasn't been a problem.
I think Brooks has so much. I feel like Brooks is always doing so much. He's everywhere.
Yeah. He's
so
making up for bad play from Dodson.
Yeah, I was gonna say he kind of gets put in bad spots sometimes, and it looks like, damn, why was Brooks out of shape? It's just like, dude, I think he's trying to do a lot.
Yeah. So Dodson's been disaster in coverage,
and Brooks has earned that respect, right? He's earned the trust to kind of you don't just question Brooks.
And here's the thing, though, I don't know if you look at the snap counts. Dotson's playing 100% of the snaps every week.
Well, yeah, he got the green dot, which I don't know how and when that went down.
Slap it on Willie and let it roll. I don't know.
But how is it not on Jordan Brooks? That's why I'm confused.
Jordan Brooks didn't want it.
I don't get it.
And you know why that sucks too, bro? I thought even KJ Britt was looking good in the preseason. We're not using these guys, dude.
I still don't understand what's going on with Willie Gay. You have a fully capable, healthy linebacker sitting there on ice. I get if you got to get everybody on the field, and that's something they got to work with the D line too. Is you got to find ways to get these guys on the field.
Dude, Benito Jones has been horrible this year. Okay, you know what's crazy too? This is something too. I want you to go back, dude. I want you. Here's a project for when you're back from Carolina before we talk next week, because I know you got a lot of free time on your hands these days. All right. Okay. Do this, and I'm serious. Just try and find 5 runs that are 20 plus yards or 15 plus yards against us, and you'll notice something. Kenneth Grant isn't on the field for almost all of them, and the 43-yard run against us by Justin Fields. Did you see Matthew Butler he tried to lunge and he tried to go low and he lunged and he got just driven. Just the offensive lineman just collapsed on him and just sat him down, and then Fields got the edge. But Grant's not on the field for the majority, almost all really, of the big runs against us. The
big gashes.
Yeah.
The unfortunate part about the Justin Fields thing is he just got out of structure and there was nobody on the left side.
Yeah, but
they need to make that play.
Dude, but again, we come to a situation where same thing as having won a playoff game in 25 years. It doesn't matter who the coach is. Here we are. It doesn't matter who the DC is, whether it's Boyer or whether it's what's his face, or whether it's Anthony Weaver. This guy's torching us. It's the same thing. Doesn't matter whether it's I guess he had the but it doesn't matter whether it's Flores or McDaniel. The O-line's trash. And not good enough. You know what I mean?
We finally invested in the guard, or so I thought, and our guards are still the worst in football.
Well, Jonah, man, I mean, you can see a lot of it's in the base. A lot of it's in the
Oh, his
footwork.
feet are terrible.
Yeah, but shouldn't that bug everyone? Why is Butch Barry getting a pass? Because Patrick Paul looks good this year? Who's to say that's not a lot of Patrick Paul putting in the work?
Hey, he does though. Dude,
Patrick Paul looks like a
is-
franchise left tackle.
Yes.
So why? But
Patrick Paul didn't have to play year one.
But he also looked terrible in year one when he did.
Right. So I'm saying we might have
Minus
to just,
some of
we
the
might
reps
have
in the Texans game, he looked okay.
it might just take some time to get things right with Jonah.
That's where I was going with that.
And that's okay. And like
we go back to my patience rant.
it's just
earlier.
really bad right now. His truly is bad. You had some
110%.
you had some scenarios and circumstances for Kenneth Grant
But look,
and some flashes.
Okay, well I'll give you another example. Everyone compares Tyler Warren and all that stuff to Kenneth Grant. So let's compare Tate Ratledge. Tate Ratledge is stayed at right guard, where he played at Georgia, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And look at the situation. Look at the offensive line
Around
Look
him.
at who he's playing next to. He's playing next to the guy. Remember, I was campaigning. You know more than anyone who was campaigning for Penei Sewell. Okay, for a year before the guy was drafted, I was saying let's go. And okay, and then who's their center? Is it still what's his face? It was a first round pick, but he's just old.
Is it McGovern or no?
It's let me look. Because it used to be Frank Ragnow, right? I think was it that who it was? No.
Graham Glasgow.
No, Graham Glasgow.
Yeah.
And where was he drafted?
No idea.
Oh, he was drafted pretty high. That's my whole point. I'm pretty sure he was drafted, and he was drafted in the 3rd round.
No, they got an awesome line. Also, to another point,
Ragnow was a guard, I think, there. But Ragnow was also drafted in the 1st round, I think. He was in the 20s. So their line last year was Decker in the 1st round.
Yeah.
Right? And then it was Ragnow. And then it was Ragnow was at center and Glasgow was at guard.
Mm.
And Ragnow was drafted in the 1st, Glasgow in the 3rd. And then Kevin Zietler was at the other right guard, and he was, I think, a 1st-round pick. They were all 1st-round picks except Glasgow last year. And this year, they replaced him with Christian Mahogany, who I don't know if you remember, but he was someone that I really wanted in that draft. So
yeah, he had a good
he was a beast. So I think he was another pretty high pick too. No, he was a 6th rounder. So
yeah, he fell a lot further. People really wanted him.
Yeah.
Another thing, Kenneth Grant destroyed Tate Ratledge when they did joint practices.
Yeah. But Kenneth Grant, look at who he's between. He's between a seasoned 3rd rounder and one of the best right tackles in football next to Tristan Wirfs.
Wait,
and
who?
then he's got good go-to. Penei Sewell is the right tackle, and he's probably the best tackle next to Tristan Wirfs.
Oh, my bad. You said Wirfs, and I got confused. I was like, wait, what are we talking about?
No. He's
Got you.
But
yeah,
they
no,
move
for
Tristan
sure.
Wirfs to the left too. He's on the left now, right? In Tampa.
I don't know. I think
Wirfs is
he's
on the
out,
left
ain't he?
now. Is he hurt? I don't.
Yeah, I think he's missing the whole
he
season.
is hurt. But I think he's on the left now. I think they moved him. I don't think he's on the right anymore.
Could have. He kind of been struggling lately, hasn't he? Besides the injury, maybe because they moved him around.
Yeah, they moved him. I'm almost positive. I'm looking right now just to make sure. I'm pretty sure they did.
I remember being like Tristan Wirfs, that should have been our guy too, thinking he was so great, and he kind of was getting beat up a little bit there towards the end of last year.
Yeah, they moved him in 2024 they moved him in 2023 to left tackle.
Mm.
And then in 2022, he was right tackle. In 2021 and 2020, so the last 2 years he's been at left tackle. And like you said, this year, he came back. Oh, he came back in week 4.
Mm. Oh, so he's back now.
Yeah, he's back now. He missed the first 3 weeks.
Yeah. So look, like it or hate it, we got to give these guys time. Like you said, it's an organizational thing. They did fill a lot of these holes. They did better than I thought they could, honestly, with what we had. But unfortunately, when you got to put rookies out there, which I'm kind of glad to see, that in the past, like Cam Smith, you never even got to see if he was good or not. It just sat around. Throw him into the fire, learn, figure it out, move on. You get 2 years of trash, move on. But get them out there. Put the guys on the field. And this year, we're probably playing the most rookies we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, but look at the faith the coaching staff is already showing in a guy like Kenneth Grant to what any coaching staff has been here showed Cam Smith. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
well, hell, even you could throw Jason Marshall in there.
Yeah, well,
it hadn't been great. It hasn't been great, but they put him out there.
Yeah, and I thought he was actually probably I thought he was our worst defensive rookie. I think Dante Trader hasn't been good. I know he had the fumble recovery, but I thought he hasn't been good. Jordan Phillips has kind of disappeared.
Yeah, Zeke Biggers is healthy scratches.
Yeah. So it hasn't been good for the class overall, really. So
Ollie Gordon, like the bright spot.
That's it. Yeah,
and he's not really even getting that much work.
No, they're still reining him in too.
I think it could still be a great class. I really like the class. I think you're going to
evaluate classes after 3 years, not 4 games.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I'm saying I'm not like there has been a lot of things not to like so far, but like I really like this class. I think you're going to get a lot of good years out of this class, even if they're not all like superstars. I think Dante Trader is a starter in this league eventually. I think he's a solid floor Brandon Jones type starter in this league.
Yeah.
Jason Marshall, I was impressed that he got to the point of starting so soon. And maybe it was because we didn't have much else, but that was impressive. It hasn't panned out yet, but he's a rookie. He's learning. He's in the slot. Slot, in my opinion, is the hardest position in football. You got no sidelines to help you. You can't hide.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like you said, people want results. And I think because of our weaknesses are surrounded kind of by the two players, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We can't stop anything in the run game. Our O-line, that's like voodoo talk.
But if you actually look at Jonah, it's only in pass pro these issues are evident. In run sets, he's destroying mother.
We can only run off the left side, in case you haven't noticed.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I'm not worried about Jonah Savaianaya, because he's already clearly getting it in run sets. The pass pro will come. I'm not worried. The pass pro will come. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about Kenneth Grant too. I've seen some great plays, man. Like, I saw one play where, was it last week or the week before? It was either the Bills game or the Patriots game where, dude, like, he got off the initial block, he got off the got off the center, got to the right guard, and he did he held his rip, so the blocker couldn't get his hands inside him, and he saw the way the offensive line was down blocking, so he just rode the guard on the down block and kept the rip up so he couldn't get penetrated, like he couldn't get the hands inside, and it led him right to the run lane and led him right to the run to the rusher for a run stop. Like, I'm seeing that already. Like, this past game, you saw the look at the power he's showing against tight ends, and what I mentioned about the center where he's just pushing the center on skates, right? Like, you're already seeing stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and I think there's a reason why a lot of the big run gashes against us aren't with Kenneth Grant. Now, are there 6-8 yard runs against us with Kenneth Grant? Yeah, but you're not seeing the big 15, 20 yard breaks against us. You know what I mean? With him on the field. Yeah,
and I think the effort's there. And like Weaver said, no one's harder or a bigger critic of themselves than Kenneth Grant is. I think he's putting in the work. He's going to put in the work. He's going to get there. He's going to figure it out.
Jordan Phillips will be fine. He's one of the youngest players.
Strong as shit.
NFL, right? Like, he'll be fine, man. Like, the problem is they need time, and like you said, the way the way the fans are seeing this, we don't have time because of how this team is built right now. Basically.
Right, for sure. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's talk about some of the things that improved. What are some things that you feel better about since last time we talked?
Well, we got a tight end.
Yeah, we got one, boy.
We can start there.
Hell yeah, we fucking do.
I think Patrick Paul is amazing. I think
Bonafide.
I think Aaron Brewer has been a
Bonafide.
fantastic pickup. I mean, he stepped right in for Connor Williams. I loved when they made the signing. People were too focused on his size, and he's been fantastic.
I remember he got cooked so much because of the sacks thing. It's like, Will Levis is quarterback. Duh.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. I think defensively, I thought Cornell Armstrong wasn't.
He actually played scrappy. He was scrappy.
I thought he was better than
He
what we
was
were
in
getting
there,
from
man.
Jason Marshall,
And he damn near had an interception.
Dude, I think Razua Douglas and
that's the one.
And Jack Jones have actually we were worried about the secondary and
dude, it's been the
chilling
opposite
on the front seven, and it's been the exact opposite.
I'll tell somebody that I was like, as much as we were worried about the secondary, they're not like, I don't remember any time I was like, what the hell were they thinking? Or like, there's no big burnt. Like, no one's getting burnt. Even the one that Razul gave up, that was a tough, good.
Dude, that was great coverage, bro.
Yeah, and like,
you saw
some people
Al
think he's
the
out.
Picture.
Yeah.
Well, you saw Al post the picture, right? His foot looked like it was out, man.
Yeah,
and the old 22 didn't show it. You didn't see.
Yeah, we could only go off what happened, and they gave him a touchdown. But Razul's there. If he turns around, it's the easiest interception of his life.
Yeah, but he couldn't, in given the situation. He was playing the body and the chest, right?
Yeah.
He's basically playing the chest and the eyes. And, dude, the coverage was fantastic. He had his arm up, ready to rip it. Garrett Wilson.
He was in the breadbasket. He was there.
There's a reason why Garrett Wilson is really tight. I think if he's in a different situation, Garrett Wilson is. Garrett Wilson
is a problem.
You know what I'm saying.
So,
you
put Garrett Wilson in Green Bay or something.
Or give me him in Miami, bro.
Yeah.
Give me Garrett Wilson. We'll show you how to use him, New York. So he won't come here because Zach Wilson's here, though. He'll say, no, I ain't going. But
I think you know it, though. I think they need to deserve credit. Razul and Jack Jones.
Hold on. No one's giving enough credit to how consistent Jake Bailey all of a sudden is.
Well, he had a bad punt earlier in the game.
Which one? I thought
he kicked one out of bounds.
Oh, did he?
It was like we were on the 50, he kicked one out, like it wasn't terrible. He kicked it out of bounds, it went to like the 23, and we were on the 50. It went straight out of bounds.
He was bombing up. He's been bombing.
No, he has been bombing all off season and all season. I'm just saying he had that one that was kind of like.
I don't remember that. I don't really watch the special teams all 22 unless.
But yeah, not to downgrade him. I love what I'm seeing from him, and the game ceiling punt. I mean, dude. I could have gave you the ball and told you to walk it down there. You couldn't have put it in a better spot.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying he's been a lot better than what we saw early on when he got.
Oh no, love what I'm seeing from Jake Bailey, and he got a game ball afterwards. That was cool.
Riley Patterson's been good, eh?
He's been solid. Knock on wood again.
Yeah. Like, okay, let me see what you got.
It's got to be.
You're right. Punts 27 yards to the New York 16. Yeah, out of bounds.
Yeah, it was because we were already so
on
close.
The 43.
Yeah, it should have been a pin scenario.
Yeah, he was trying to get too cute with it.
I think he went for a corner ball, a coffin ball, and it just went straight out.
Yeah, now I remember that too. Okay, yeah, you're right. But
it's got to be time to start talking about Jason Sanders again, huh?
No, didn't they say still a couple more weeks?
I hadn't heard it. I was just saying it's got to. I know his IR.
Well, I know when we signed Riley Patterson last week, they said it's because it's going to be at least a couple more weeks.
Got you. Ain't no reason to rush him back. Riley Patterson's playing fine, and you can't play around with.
When's James Daniels coming back? Holy jeez, I need some help.
He's eligible after this week, I believe. He went to IR after week 1, right?
Yeah.
So he would need 2, 3, 4, 5.
Storm, right? That's all we're missing, right?
Yes.
Ethan Bonner's back.
Yep. Which he was like, he almost like he got hurt at the end of last week's practice or something.
You know what I said? And again, that list is starting to get a lot shorter than what I can remember.
Dude, the other teams are looking much worse. I'm thankful.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see the Ravens?
Oh, buddy, yeah, for real. And obviously, Lamar Jackson.
It doesn't help when Lamar's at the top of it, but dude, they got like 22 players.
But they said Lamar Jackson's going to probably return for our game.
Well, hell, even the Panthers, dude.
Oh yeah,
dude,
no Chuba.
Dude, no
Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah, they just got Xavier Legette back.
Yeah, no Jatavion Sanders.
They lost Rob Hunt for the season. I think they lost another offensive lineman for the season.
Chow Smith Wade, one of their better corners next to JC Horn, he's out.
Yeah, they're and even people that are playing, they got like 12 people questionable for Sunday.
Yo, this is going to be a good test for Waddle. I know they're not a great team, but
JC Horn's a dog.
A dog. Have you seen
dog?
Have you seen what his passer rating when targeted is this year, bro? Like, he is locking down. And I went and watched some film, and I was like, oh, snap. Like, yeah. I was like, okay, I can see, like, man, he is balling right now. Like, if they're looking to sell, that's a guy I'd be going after.
Well, that's a guy I wanted to send something for him this offseason.
Dude, if they're looking to sell at the deadline, even though we shouldn't be buyers, I'm in on that. He's got
he can be a cornerstone.
He's got a 26.3 passer rating when he's being targeted this year, and he's not even 25 yet. He turned 25
that's what I'm
in
saying.
November, bro.
I don't mind sending assets for something that you can build around.
Yeah.
You can't send second-round picks for 29-year-olds.
He's phenomenal this year.
What's
bro.
cool about him too is he wasn't great coming out. His rookie year, I remember a lot of ups and downs. Getting burned a lot, being aggressive, kind of, looking at it.
Last year he got burned for like 6 touchdowns too.
You see it a lot too with rookies. They're watching the quarterback and not their guy, and they'll get burned a lot over the top. But JC Horn is a problem, and he's physical as shit.
Yeah, I mean, give me that, dude.
Yeah, that will be interesting. On the other hand, I really want to see the defensive line get going because the offensive line is no Rob Hunt. Like I said, I think they're missing one more starter on the O-line too. The D-line should be able to get started this week, which I thought they did pretty good against the Jets. Well, Justin Fields hurts your numbers because he's going to get out of a lot of scenarios that you would have sacked a guy like Mac Jones. But I really thought we got a lead finally, and we got to see a little bit of the aggressive stuff.
Yeah, the Carolina Panthers, I mean, dude, I'll say 2 things about the front 7. If you're ever going to have a game that gets your confidence back, it's going to be this one.
Yeah.
So there's no Chuba Hubbard. So you got Rico Dowdle, and you got Trevor Etienne. So if you're not going to stop the run this week, you're not going to stop it all season. Let's be real.
And the depleted O-line to go with.
That O-line, Ikwonu at left tackle has allowed 15 pressures. Taylor Moton's allowed 9 pressures. They've already allowed 52 pressures, and 24 of those 52 have come from their bookend tackles alone. I mean, that pass rush, it should be prevalent, and it should be getting home on Sunday. I mean,
and the tight end's out. Jatavion Sanders?
Yeah, I said that earlier.
Okay, got you. Yeah, he's out too. And you get a hold of Bryce Young, you get him down. None of that bullshit.
Yeah.
So, there should be no missed tackles on Bryce Young.
Well, that's actually what pissed me off about Chop. He had a clear path to Justin Fields, and I can't believe he missed him.
Yeah, but you know who does that week in and week out? JP.
Yeah, he's
no one has more almost sacks than JP in his career.
All I know is he ain't getting paid here in Miami, and if things keep going south and you got to move some assets at the deadline, I'd have Phillips at the top of that list.
Well, like we talked about, if you're not going to pay him, why keep him? Yeah. And
I don't think you're going to pay him either way.
Yeah. We'll have to. He has 6 more weeks to try to knock off some rust, but I agree. When we get there, that could be a conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd say another good thing is McDaniels 2 weeks in a row has had an awesome game plan. Like you said, even after Tyreek went down, they kept on rolling. They had some good stuff. I think obviously Waller gave it a wrinkle they haven't had before. But dude, the bootleg run action, it's been a sight to see, dude.
Yeah, Tua was effective when they were using him on the bootlegs, the play action. Play action, really, our play action had been down over the first 3 weeks, really, compared to prior seasons, and look at how impactful we were off play action. I mean, that one early in the game to Tyreek where
wide open,
we sucked the whole defense into our right.
Dude, their linebackers were biting on that shit so
hard, dude.
The drag routes for wide.
Yeah, that's what that big Tyreek one was on, that drag route, right?
Yes.
And so, I mean, man, dude, the play action, and Tua looked sharp on the move. He was even making good throws across his body on the move. So.
Yeah, the second Waller touchdown was same, but the opposite way.
Yeah. Dude, the throw on the first one was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And look he finally's got I know we all expected a Keeney to maybe provide this, but he's got a goal post target, right?
Yeah,
you goal post him, right? He doesn't have to be so perfect with layering because these guys are 5'11", you know what I mean?
I would even say that Darren Waller has told him this. Like, look,
just put it up there.
I know it's one of those deals where, like, even if I'm not open, I am open. Because no one can go get that ball like I can.
Yeah.
So trust it. Trust me.
Yeah.
Put the ball up. No one will get it. I promise you, I'll make you look awesome. I will make you happy. Yeah, that was no complaints on Darren Waller. I just hope he can stay healthy. He deserves it, man. It was cool to see, too, because there was a lot of question marks, and it did look weird there for a while what was going on with him, which we got some clarity. He had a little setback, an injury with his quad. And but it was cool to see not only him do good, but you could see how happy he was. I think he really wanted to be back in football, and you could tell he loves it and he's happy to be back out there. And he played a hell of a game, man.
Yeah, for sure.
And you don't want to lose people like Tyreek ever, but it really did soften the blow in live time to see Darren Waller, what he was doing around that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah. What do we think? Let's get into the predictions. How you feeling about this weekend? Where you at?
I think what did I pick them to? I already did my prediction. What did I pick? I think I picked 24-10.
24-10. Can't remember exactly what I said. It was either 31-17 or 34-17. I just want to get going. Like
it should be decisive. Like they should win and it should be decisive.
Yes, like that. And it could be just like we finally win a game. Now we're like think we're back, but they could let us down. But if they let us down, DEFCON 18, never mind 5, bro. It's over, dog. We know where we stand for sure. But with saying that, you go into Carolina, who's depleted, banged up. You got to go win. Yeah, 34-17, 31-17, just something comfortable.
Well, you know why you got to get that pass rush going a little bit and get that confidence built up in that front seven this week against a weak opponent who's depleted? That's going to be that's going to be a weakness against the Chargers.
Justin Herbert's coming to town too.
Well, and what do they got right now? They're dealing with a lot of the same issues.
Those bookends are gone.
In Carolina. So I'm just saying.
And all of a sudden, somebody's not so great.
Well, it was only one game, so.
Yeah, well, it was the New York Giants.
And my boy Jackson Dart, baby.
Ooh, the Moxie boy. Hey, Jackson Dart and Scatter are fun. Dude, all the content they do, all that content coming out of New York right now is awesome. Scatterbo's like, oh.
I wanted Jackson Dart so bad last year.
Dude, I wanted Scat. I'm happy with Ollie Gordon.
But look at our minds together. If I would have got my wish and you would have got your wish. Imagine Tua playing right now and just Jackson Dart, what you've already seen developing. I mean, did you watch any of his preseason games? I mean, this guy was audibling out in the preseason.
He was amazing in preseason. He was good Sunday. I mean, he was awesome Sunday. Let's give him his credit.
And Bobby, if he wins with no Malik, isn't that crazy? We lose Neighbors and Tyreek in the same. But if he wins with no Malik and like guys like Darius Slayton and Wan'Dale Robinson, like we're gonna have to give him his props even more, dog. Holy jeez, because that's to a level of like Lynn Bowden and Malcolm Perry.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think the Giants are going to grit it out and be in some games. They're probably not. I can't see them winning a ton, but they're going to be gritty. Jackson.
I just don't want them to kill his confidence, Bobby. Don't ruin my boy Jackson.
Well, after watching the first game too, I hope they don't run him in the dirt because he gets out there a lot and he don't shy away from contact.
No, did you see what preseason game it was with the one they were playing when I was in the Bahamas and he got open space and he took that big pop? Do you remember that one? Did you see that in the preseason where Jackson, he went head first and he got popped, bro, and they took him out of the game after it. And Dabble was like giving him shit on the sidelines of, dude, you can't do that.
Yeah, no, I noticed that for sure. It worked out one time. It was like 3rd and short or 4th and short. He got popped, but he got out of it and ran and pushed his way into the first down. I noticed that about him, though. He does not avoid contact. Even when it's like 15-yard scramble, get down. No, he's looking for a safety to hit. It's like, dude, chill.
Dude, and the guy who's got that moxie and that confidence and that swagger, I think this year's Mateer, bro.
Yeah. Nah, Jackson Dart's easy to root for. Him and Scott, dude, that's a cool duo. Like I said, they made fun. They made it fun to look in on New York Giants football, which is enough said in itself. Yeah, I haven't cared about the Giants in like 12 years.
But what a market for that to potentially work out in, too, man. That's a money.
Oh, yeah.
Holy geez.
Jets who?
Yeah. Yeah, even better for us, too.
Yeah, heck yeah. Well, hell yeah, dude. All right. Yeah, we'll see what the season has to hold, but if we're going to win, I'll take them.
For you, how long is that flight?
That's not bad. I got a layover, though. I got a layover in Atlanta. It's not long, though. Actually, I was looking at it. I land in Atlanta, and my next flight takes off in 39 minutes. And if you know Atlanta, it's huge.
Yeah.
So I'm a little worried about like I'm gonna have to get off the
man.
plane and like sprint, catch the.
Yeah.
They got trains in Atlanta airport. I'm gonna jump
And
on.
you
one of the
can't have any delays, like
Oh.
when it after it lands. Like you can't get stuck with them waiting, for someone to come out and set you guys up so you can deboard, right?
Yeah, they're not gonna wait on me. Yeah, so
Okay.
yeah,
How
it
far
shouldn't
is
be.
the flight straight from you to Carolina though? If
I
you-
thought hour and 15, hour and a half. It really ain't bad.
Oh damn. Okay.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah, nice.
Hour and a half. It sure beats driving. I'd give you that. Holy fuck. I've made that drive a ton too, with kids in the back screaming. No, thank you. Yeah, I'm going to the Carolina game this weekend. I'm pretty excited. Going to my home state, hanging out with my dad. I'm gonna go to some of that, meet some fans, get out there. I always love that, man. Hanging out and seeing people.
Have a couple soda pops.
Yeah, a couple sodas. Yeah, a couple sodas.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you never. I mean, like you get it because like you're in a place where you don't get a lot of Dolphin fans around you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in Louisiana, so I don't get to be around Dolphin fans. So when I get a chance, it excites me.
Yeah,
So I'm excited to go up there and hang out with some people that are Dolphin fans and be around that and be in the groove and be fun.
you need to man up and come to the Bengals game is what you need to do.
Man, no, this guy's bribing me. This guy's bribing me behind the scenes.
Right before Christmas.
Yeah,
Make
right
everyone
when I
happy.
need to leave my family.
No, you just leave Friday and you come back Monday. That's all.
What day is the game?
I think it's
Like
the
what date?
21st. It's Sunday the 21st.
Okay, that's not terrible.
No, and then you just come back or you come on the 20th, stay for the game on the 21st and leave on the 22nd. You do the quick trip, but
Still a
I'm telling
hectic
you,
time
it's
to
going
be
to be
leaving the
prime
house.
time. We might see them. We might see a rarity in a McDaniel era, a win in prime time because it'll be Jake
Hold on.
Browning and the Bengals.
Yeah, I was about to say, dude, we're on flex alert. We're on flex alert there. You better
Oh,
watch
yeah,
your
we are.
schedule.
So that means you can leave even earlier, bro. You can leave Sunday out of the game.
Unreal. Dude, we
Oh,
get prime time. That should have been like a
Yeah, we're gonna get
playoff.
flex.
Yeah, that's not looking good, brother.
Oh, they thought Burrow and Tua in late December was going to be playoff implications.
Two teams on the
Okay.
bubble. Yeah.
Yeah. At worst.
Schedule maker's dream.
Yeah. And even if, let's say, we were having a rough season, but the Bengals were balling, you still get Burrow versus Tua,
Oh, yeah.
right? And Burrow's
has
having
always
an
been-
MVP year last year, and then he gets hurt this year. So they were probably thinking he was going to throw 40 touchdowns again. So, yeah. Crazy he's hurt more than Tua, eh?
It's crazy that Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback of that class.
He isn't. Joe Burrow
He isn't.
is.
He isn't. I do want to say he isn't.
Herbert's
but
better than Hurts.
History does not care what I think about skill set. Jalen Hurts is on the train right now, and they're marching
but-
on down.
Yeah, but bro, like Herbert's better than him. I think you can make
Burrow's the
argument-
best.
I think
He's
you
just also the most injury prone.
can- who
Burrow.
Burrow's the best
He is,
for sure.
but he's
Herbert's-
never available.
Herbert's better than Hurts. You put Herbert on that Eagles team, bro, and they're rolling. I think you put Tua on that Eagles team and they're rolling.
They
I
might
think,
be able to put you on the Eagles team at this point.
so that's my whole dude. They literally win without this guy having to throw 20 touchdowns in a year. Like, are you have you seen this before, bro?
Dude,
Like,
they said they threw the ball, what, two or three times in the second half Sunday?
dude. Now, albeit, I will say all that to say this. Hurts has been good in the Super Bowl games. Especially that one they lost. Remember that was like one of the best games he ever played. Like,
Yeah, he had the
was
deep
throwing
ball
the
to AJ
ball.
Brown. That was
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
Outside
Yeah,
shoulder. Yeah, I was like, what
So,
the
like,
hell?
I'll say that. He's shown up in those big games, but like, let's be real here. Throughout the season, I think a lot of quarterbacks from that 2020 class could replicate that and probably give you even better results. And I think Herbert would give you better results. I think Burrow would. I think Tua would if Burrow and Tua could stay healthy.
He's in a good situation for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And the whole tush push thing. I mean,
I was
think
gonna
about
say-
this one. Think about this one, bro. The NFL figured out our cheat motion. How many years has it been and they still haven't figured out the tush push? And no one can even do it as good as they do the tush push.
Dude,
there.
the Eagles have not been found out yet on the tush push, and they got wrinkles out of the tush push now.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Yet the cheat motion is good for like as long as the Wildcat is, and now it's like back to whatever.
Yeah, you get like a solid 6 to 8 weeks out of a good wrinkle.
Yeah.
Dude, the tush push has got people like trying to hire lawyers and
Yeah.
Secret Service to figure out how to stop it.
Yeah. Anyways,
Incredible.
okay, now we're leaving.
Yeah, that's it. That's enough. We're talking about the tush push. Now it's over, dude.
Yeah, it's over, bro.
Turn the lights out. Turn the music off.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Appreciate you, man.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Yeah, I see you.